What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to a special Clash of Clans video. We have another episode of the Pro Tips series, two of Red Elite's finest attackers smashing out some Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 3-star attacks. Make sure to leave a like on the video to show these guys some love and drop any comments down below. Let's go ahead and introduce them. First of all, we have Toki here. What's going on, my friend?
Hey Judo, what's up? Thanks for having us.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine. So we're going to review your first attack, 6-pack in this war, guys. But then we also have an attack by MILLERdaKILLER. What's going on, my friend? You're joining us on the show here as well.
Hey Judo, thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Hey, you guys are welcome. So guys, Red Elite, which is our clan, these guys are two of our co-leaders. All the information you need is on the screen there right now. We are recruiting Max Town Hall 9 and Max Town Hall 10, but you guys are here for the pro tip video. Let's dive straight into it. So, Toki, we're looking at base number 2 here. Why don't you give me a bit of an idea as to why you chose your strategy for this base?
First I saw a lot of the point defense is all around. It's a nice little ring moat base. I saw a lot of the whiz towers. The splash damage were closer to the interior, where once I get my queen into the direction that I wanted, then I could have an easier control over my witches and my bowlers.
Perfect. Perfect. And how are you finding the single target Infernos now? That's kind of a bit of a shift in the meta there. That obviously kind of works out a bit nicer for you with the bowler and witch attack.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's definitely if it locks onto any of your queen or your heroes, it's going to hurt your attack big time. But if you use like a attack where it uses mass troops like witches or bowlers, even like miners and hogs, you know, I think the single Infernos will just get eaten up.
Exactly. Yeah, we mentioned that in one of my Town Hall 10 videos actually not too long ago. So why don't we dive right into the attack, and then you can break it down exactly how you want. So I'll maybe count us down from 3, 2, 1 as I press the replay. So 3,
Sure.
2, 1.
Okay, it started at the elixir pump up in the northeast, I guess.
Yeah.
I used dragon to start my funnel so that I can get my queen into the base.
Yeah, perfect.
I had to use 2 of them there because one of it died really quick, but got a good nice funnel going so that I can get my queen to walk south. Once I knew that my queen was walking south, it was about to engage the queen, the enemy's queen, so I actually raged the queen there.
You do that a little bit early just to make sure that she's nice and high and kind of can take her out safely, huh?
Well, exactly, but I was also going to be focusing on my my kill squad and my other funnel on my left, on the south. So I didn't want to leave her alone and get killed. So I just put a rage on her, and then I started my other funnel process. Once I got in, the space was dust. You know, it's like you were easily able to control with my funnel. Got my bowlers to go into the core. I was actually looking for my queen to see where she was. If she was hitting the eagle there, because I was worried about the CC, but I had a poison. Yeah, I had a poison there, and then once that happened and the core was taken down, the base was an overkill.
Oh yeah, we can see at this point that things are just wrecked. So it works out quite nicely, I think, that your queen changes direction and kind of goes the other way. I'm sure that works out nicely with time, but it looks like it wasn't even close. I mean, you had plenty of time left. So one thing I do want to mention for some of you guys is I think it was a really nice point that you made, that you raged your queen early, not only because it was needed, but also because you have to focus on a number of different things. So even just the planning of that early rage spell to allow you to then drop your bowlers at the right time to get the funnel, I feel is very important there. So that was a fantastic attack.
Exactly, thank you.
Very true, Judo. I was telling somebody that in the clan last night about anytime I take my eyes off of my queen, I always drop a rage on her just so I know she'll get through whatever I'm doing at the time.
Yeah, perfect. So brilliant little pro tip there. And with that then, guys, that brings in MILLERdaKILLER. So welcome to the channel, buddy.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, trust me. I'm very happy to have you guys on. I'm sure the viewers will appreciate that as well, and I'm sure we can arrange to do this again sometime, because 3 stars are certainly not a rarity for you guys, put it that way. So I've got the base scouted up here. Why don't you give me a bit of an idea as to why you kind of chose this base, if you will, for your attack?
Sure thing. I looked at it, and kind of just like what Toki said, it was a nice ring base here, which really does lend itself to having hogs circle the base, and then just some cleanup troops with the minions, and then 1 baby dragon to kind of help with funneling.
Perfect. So you kind of maximize on hogs, if you will.
Yep, I sure did.
Yeah, I noticed the bomb towers in the middle there. That's got to be helpful as well for the hogs running around the outside, that you're not blowing them up in the middle of the attack. So
exactly.
Basically what you said there in terms of it's a ring base, it naturally brings itself to hogs. Just for kind of the viewers, that's obviously so that you can control the pathing of the hogs and then use your heal spells and whatever spells on the most hogs possible, correct?
That's correct, yeah. Usually your pathing is a little bit easier to follow on the ring bases with hogs, and it's really worked out well for me so far.
Yeah, and I guess even with a multi-inferno, that's not a big deal for you now with the change in terms of the heal spell. How about the Eagle Artillery at Town Hall 11 then? So Town Hall 10, we see Hog Riders a lot. What's kind of the change there at Town Hall 11? Any kind of tips you could give there?
Usually what I always try to save a rage for my hogs on the Eagle Artillery, so that I can take it out as fast as possible to lessen that splash damage that they could be receiving.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, with that then, let's kind of dive into it. So I'll do the same. I'll kind of count down so that we can kind of get in time correctly. So I'll press the replay in 3, 2, 1. Okay, take it away, buddy.
So what I did is I dropped my queen at about 6 o'clock, and I noticed that I would not have to use my baby dragon to push her upwards. So I just allowed her to go. Dropped the rage early to go ahead to take out the wizard tower and then the CC that was coming along with the archer queen. Yeah. And then once that I saw that she was taking out the CC and was moving in the direction that I wanted to, that's when I started to work on my northern deploy to get the funnel where I wanted to go, which is right there where I dropped the baby dragon, and then the king, and then my CC. And I like to bring P.E.K.K.A.s in my CC because they just bring so much damage to the table as opposed to more hogs or also a golem.
Yep.
And then once these guys kind of start tearing up that last portion around 3 o'clock there, that's when I decide to bring in my hogs and then just kind of watch them ring around the base.
Perfect. Yeah, I think it's very nice as well. I think the P.E.K.K.A. is another troop that's fantastic at kind of taking the fire for the Eagle Artillery, if you will, off your Hog Riders. And another thing I think which is great there is that you've brought the Hog Riders in quick enough in order to try and protect them troops as well, because they're going to help with cleanup naturally.
Yeah, they sure will. They sure will. And as you can see, I'm just slowly working my way around the base. Usually you do run into a problem where you have the skellies will just go ahead, just tear up your pack of Hog Riders. But at this time, I had just enough heal spells to kind of get them through. And as you see, I start to kind of sprinkle in some minions on the backside for some cleanup. And luckily in this raid, the single IT tower locked on to some of my Hog Riders as opposed to my Archer Queen as she was pushing up, which really did help.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned the rage spell there, why you wanted to use that to hard luck on that air bomb. You mentioned the rage spell in terms of using that for the Eagle Artillery. How about the heal spell then? Were you monitoring the Hog Riders' health, or did you pre-plan where you were going to use them?
I do typically try to pre-plan a little bit, but then as the game kind of progresses or the attack progresses, sometimes you have to deviate a little bit. What I've made my mistakes when I first started using these comps is I would drop a rage and then drop a heal just about right where I dropped the rage. And unfortunately, your hogs rage out of the area where you were trying to heal them. So now I always try to drop my heal just a few more tiles ahead of where I dropped my rage in order to maximize that heal and rage combo.
Perfect. No, that makes perfect sense. And let me ask you, I just have the replay going at kind of ×2 speed here. Your Grand Warden, you obviously used in with the Queen there because, I mean, what was the idea for that? Would that not be able to keep up with the Hog Riders? And obviously your Queen is kind of separate from the entire raid. At level 50, I'm sure she does some damage. Would you typically do that all of the time, or was that kind of base dependent?
Here lately, I've been doing it all the time, and that just, it gives me more ability to control my Queen walks, because if the Queen might actually get into trouble, then I can just pop the Warden ability and save the Queen ability for a later date to kind of extend that Queen walk even longer.
Yeah, perfect. You almost get a kind of a second get out of jail for free card with that Warden ability, and that's obviously going to help you with the raid.
That is exactly it, Judo. And I have had Queen walks with this particular comp where the Queen actually does catch up with the bowler. I mean, excuse me, with the hogs, and sometimes the Warden will run off with the hogs. And if that's the case, and I haven't popped the ability yet, then I will just use it as an extra heal on the Hog Riders.
On the hogs, yeah, perfect. Yep. Fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us a bit of an insight there. As you can see, Toki then pulled off a 6-pack in this war, so what we'll do is dive back across to the next attack. Toki, you still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Awesome. Do you want to, I don't know if you have the base pulled up, do you want to maybe give the guys here a bit of an insight quickly into why you chose this strategy? Obviously we can see multi-infernos, definitely not a ring base as such. Why don't you kind of take it away and give us a rough insight as to why you chose what you did?
Sure. I saw the base, and it was a very compact base. It's a kind of a ring style, but it was so it's like a useless ring style because you can easily access the core without any, just one jump, so I really like that. So I used the spam attack. I used an attack that I used like maybe 2 seasons ago as like my bread and butter. It was the the classic, the G Bowie, so just used I went in from, 9 o'clock to 6, how I started my funnel. I noticed that all I needed to take out was a bomb tower and a couple, a DE storage and a cannon. It's the easy funnel. I can get everything to the core. I started there because I also saw the CC was over there. I didn't want my troops to get lured away by the CC, because this is also I checked it out with the Dragon with Runes CC.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just easy.
Awesome.
It was just a spam attack. Got him. Pretty good.
Got him. 3 stars. That's all that matters. So, I've pressed the replay already. So I don't know if you want to go ahead and press that, and then I'll kind of restart it here.
All right. So,
okay.
Like I said, I started with my giants to protect all my witches and bowlers when I use it to funnel.
Okay.
So
I can see them coming in. The CC has been lured out. Witches and bowlers on either side, like you said, and make your funnel.
Sure, and then I pulled in my witches to have a bunch of Larrys everywhere. Put in my queen, my kill squad coming in. I got some wall breakers to come in so that I can only use 1 jump to get into that core.
Yeah.
Once I saw the queen on the CC was dead. Busted a rage there. Yeah, pretty much.
Wow,
the base was exactly. And then once I saw a bunch of point defenses and like the things coming out, warden coming down, so I popped my warden with the heal spell to heal all my troops. I still had a jump spell to get my troops to the north part over there too, if they needed to get out, which they really didn't use, but it was very important for my queen. You see on the later end of my attack. It was a kind of lucky attack too, because there was a lot of factors where the BK locked onto my my warden there, so then my queen was just taking him out without any harm, and then I was able to save my ability of my queen to take out 3 defenses up top without any issues.
Yeah.
And then you just see the Larrys there just kind of swarming on all the little useless buildings out in the exterior, and then
Hey, that jump spell worked out perfectly though, because you definitely would not have got this if that jump spell wasn't there. It kind of takes me back right to the old meta, you know, when you used to break into the core and then jump out when walls kind of first came out. Fantastic to see.
Sure. Yeah, you see that there was a giant bomb. It just killed my queen and like half my Larrys there, but
wow.
Luckily half of them stayed alive, and then able to take out the remaining of the base. Like I said, it was kind of lucky, but I'll take it.
I think it's hilarious. You have what's that, like 10 Larrys over there, a couple of archers as well, and this one arch tower thinking it's gonna, you know, save this base from a 99 from the 3-star, make it a 99% 2-star. That's absolutely brilliant. So just summarizing then, I mean, a couple of key points though. I noticed you used rage spells nice and early to really utilize when you had a lot of troops. You used the Grand Warden's ability early, so a lot of it was the funnel, getting them to the core, and, you know, really getting them to do the business early on.
Exactly. There's no point of holding on to your rage spells or your heal spells if half your troops are dead, you know? So it's like you want to maximize those spells when you have all the troops, and then with the bowlers you get the bounce. So it's very crucial that you use that rage to, you know, maximize on the bounces and, you know, get that heal. I like to use the heal with the Warden ability so that, well, I used to use that because in the past, the Infernos, you weren't able to heal through the Infernos, but now that you can heal through it, that might be another strategy that I might have to modify, but I'm used to doing it that way, so I just continue to do it that way.
Exactly. I mean, if it works, why change it, right? So again, thank you so much for breaking that down. I have to say it real quick, guys, because I did say I can see this isn't a ring base, and then right as I said it, I was like, hold on, this is a ring base. It's just a kind of a bit of a messed up one. So anyone that kind of drops a comment below saying Judo 3rd base is a ring base, I get it, guys. Quick error. Okay. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that special episode with my good friends here at Red Elite. Again, check our clan out. Information is on the screen there. Max Town Hall 9 and 10s. We are recruiting. Thank you so much, Toki. Thank you so much, MILLERdaKILLER. I'm sure the guys will absolutely love this.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much again. So guys, leave a like on the video, comment anything down below. I do read and respond to them all. Ask these guys some questions because I can get back to you. And until next time, peace out, guys.